They talking accepting it's us. We stay on the grind till we up. You can catch me with game. We doing our thing. We focused on getting the bucks.
Alright, it's the Hunnids Podcast.
Yeah.
It's your boy J Hamp.
B Sawyer in the building. What's up?
Hey man, it's a special day.
Real special day, man.
Real special day. We got a OG, we got a legend.
A real OG.
And more than just that OG title, man, a real stand-up guy.
Yeah, definitely.
That's rare these days. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, to keep it real.
So look, more than real.
Super real.
So look, man.
Hey, I appreciate that, but just a regular old cat, man, is out here. Blessed to live,
Yeah, no doubt.
54, most of my brothers and the homies didn't make it that far,
Yeah.
But I'm blessed to be 54 years old with a little sense, and I try to, carry myself such as now,
Right.
growing up being an ass white, just being a stupid motherfucker, out there, doing my thing. And now with kids and grandkids, I see life totally different.
I feel you. Hey, look, y'all might have caught the voice, man. If y'all don't know by now, bro, it's Mob James in the building.
In the building, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Hey, look. First off, we want to kick this thing off, man. We want to first tell you, man, thank you, bro, sitting down with us, talking to us, chopping it up, man. You ain't have to do this, bro. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely appreciate it.
Oh, no, I don't mind, man. I don't mind. So my whole thing is giving back, however I do it. And, since I've been doing these interviews, man, it's like therapy for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had a lot of shit on my mind and didn't know how to, really deal with it.
Right.
But with, coming off, with bullshit and all that. So starting these videos and talking, man, is just like my medicine.
Okay.
And I don't mind. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when you hooked up with me, hey, man, I ain't got, man, I holler at you, anybody. But, some of these cats come off wrong. And, I did my little homework with you, and, it was all good. So it's a go. It's official.
No doubt.
So, appreciate that.
Well, James, man, just tell us about growing up in L.A., man. What was that like as a kid? And we go from there.
Well, growing up, me personally growing up, man, it's man, if you don't stay on your P's and Q's, man, you're gonna fall off real quick.
Right.
I grew up with a, let's say a sucker ass pops, and I had to absorb the abuse that this cat brought with it.
Mm.
And, I didn't know how to channel that but one way, with violence. And my whole life was, what he do to me, I got to do to somebody else.
Mm.
Don't accept that type of shit no more.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up with that. And then, just a lot of hatred and, not understanding why my moms would sit there and watch this cat, just be vicious on me.
Right.
And, wondering why and why just me out of 5 and the whole 9, man, it just fucked me up. So my whole thing was to just treat people how I was being treated. And, it got me in the penitentiary, sent me to juvenile hall every other month, every other week. School wasn't an option because, I didn't respect authority. And, just looking at the gangbanging shit and looking at how my uncles get that, I fit right in. It was that's what I wanted to do, and that's how I wanted to get down. But I wanted to be better than how I watched the big homies and all that shit. So they fighting and the knives and all that shit, it was good. But when I really got into it, it was about the dope. It was about the guns. And I mean, I fit right in because I didn't give a fuck. I had no care in the world for nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So it, like, at what point, like, what age did you start, banging, or was it something that, like, you was born into?
You hear a lot of people saying that, they started off at 12. I mean, around 12 years old, you associate yourself with your surroundings, and you're out there. and it wasn't hard because, you know, once the guns and shit came, I think I was about in the 7th grade, and the 8th grade, I shot my little brother.
Wow.
That's when I was into the guns and shit, and started playing with my guns, and they was across the street doing the Cowboys and Indian thing, and I got pissed off, got the gun, pointed it at him, pulled the trigger, and it fired. And I knew I didn't have no bullets in it, but, you know, just you know, I look for my mistakes. Every time I grab a pistol, I check it the whole 9. But, you know, just going through that type of shit and you know, being shot multiple times myself, you know, it just came easy. It just, shoot me, I shoot you back. And I didn't care who it was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care who it was.
So what goes through your head when you realize that you shoot your little brother? And you the oldest boy, right?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. Buncher is the second. Timmy is the baby boy.
So you shoot the baby boy.
I was shocked, and I threw the gun down right away, and I went to him, and when he went back, I grabbed him, and then he started gurgling, and then I turned him like toward me and bent him over, and he spit the bullet out with his teeth, his back teeth. And, I mean, you know, that was just a blessing from God. It wasn't his time, but I don't know what I'd have did if I'd have killed my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
I'd have really been all fucked up, but it taught me, you know, just don't point no gun in the man's face or whomever it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I learned from that, and, you know, caught a lot of hell from my pops. And at that point, you know, it wasn't nothing he can do to me no more, you know. So I just got loose because I just felt like can't nobody do what they did, what he did to me. Can't nobody do that. I ain't accepting ass whoopings like that. So when it got violent, I was 145, and they was probably at a 80, and I couldn't stop. That's all I knew. That's the only thing that this guy taught me. Is to be violent and accept, you know, like pain, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, back then it wasn't about a belt; it was stitching cords and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I endured the shit. I made it through the shit, and you know, it cost me because that's all I knew, and just how to be violent, just, you know, be a fuck up, and you know, it paid off because the streets out here, if you ain't with it out here, then you ain't gonna be with it at all, and they'll eat you up. They'll eat you up out here. You know, you got all different kind of Crips, different kind of Bloods, and you know, you just got to be ready for whatever.
Yeah.
So basically, you had no choice but to pick.
Not at all.
Wow.
So look, growing up, you know, in Compton, Compton is mostly Piru, right?
Yeah.
Indeed. So like, what attracted you to that? Like, straight up, like, was it the lifestyle, the power?
No, it wasn't even that. It was just this is where I live at, and you know, you go to school with these guys, or you start hanging around, and then you become friends. So I become part of the neighborhood now. So I'm just doing what the neighborhood you taught to do in the neighborhood, and then you look at all the older guys, you know, sitting back drinking and chilling, and you know, you might see a fight or two, and then you just like, oh man, this is what I'm built for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's all over after that. Once you accept being a part of the gang and accept these guys as family, the homies, it's over. It's over. That's all I need.
And you grew up next to Reggie Wright.
Yeah. His grandma lived 2 houses down from us.
Now that's crazy. If y'all don't know who Reggie Wright is, man, Reggie Wright was a LAPD. What was he, sheriff, right?
No, he was Compton police.
Compton police. Later went on to be security at Death Row. His father, you know, from what I learned, he's a legend. You know, out there.
Reggie Simmons, all over.
Yeah, legend from a law enforcement standpoint, and that's just crazy that you got You got the police on one side, you got the bangers on one side, and we still living cohesive. You dig what I'm saying? Just respecting each other. So what was Suge like growing up? Because you grew up with Suge too, right?
Well, I knew Suge, but Suge couldn't hang out. You know, his mom's Maxine was like real strict with him, and Miriam couldn't hang out with us, like kicking it on the corner and then going in the house so dark, shit like that. He couldn't. So he'd get on his motorcycle. I had a little motorcycle too, and we hooked up once or twice on that, and then Linwood High, school, and then he went his way at the high school, and I was still here doing my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to prison. When I got out of prison, the next day he came to me. He came to the house, and he's just like, "You want to get your paper? Come on, what we talking about? Let's roll." I'm still in the gang life. I'm still, fresh out of the penitentiary, happy. I'm home, and then I told my girl, I'm out. I'm gonna go hang out. Let me see what's cracking. He looked out for me, and we started doing our thing.
So at that time, was Suge a bodyguard, or he was in the industry?
Yeah, he was involved in other shit, and then his cousin Big West from Capitol,
right,
hooked us up with this thing called Budweiser Superfast. So we started doing security for him, and then from there, Suge knew a little bit of everybody, and he got hooked up in the game. Motherfucker turned him on. West turned him on to the formula, what he needed to do to get in the game. He took it, ran with it, and we started this record company called Fern Hill Records.
Okay.
And from Fern Hill Records, he started, dealing with Dre, TLC, Chump Ass, various, just a lot of different people, and he started getting at people, and they started giving him money to launch Death Row, and took off from there.
So he had to go through you to get the muscle, correct?
Well, yeah, he didn't have a choice. He didn't know none of the homies. He didn't know. Well, he knew some of the homies on the block, like Kenny Tubbs and all of them. His sisters, Mary, the homies, brother. He knew Baby Biggie and all of them. He knew the homies, but he wasn't affiliated whatsoever with the homies. He wasn't a gang member. Suge was Suge Miriam Knight.
So
he played football.
So I got a question. Suge has this bad boy persona. Growing up, he was both parents in the home. Played ball, kind of tried to go the right way. Like, what was the turning point for him to, be this bad guy, the bad guy image?
Well, I mean, he was involved in all other different type of shit, and then, I think he looked at and looked up to his cousins, Mono and Donald, they twins.
The twins.
Yeah, and I can't really speak on their get down, but
yeah.
I think he looked up to that. They had money, and Suge wanted to have money, which all of us want to get our money. But when you figure football wasn't finna happen, and all this other shit was falling apart, he got right into the game, and West had his back 100. So Suge was I'm with whatever making money.
Yeah.
And I can understand that part. But when he needed me to incorporate all different kind of guys.
Yeah.
And he didn't want nothing but the best. So I brought nothing but the best. Straight penitentiary. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, if I get a violation in North Carolina, I just do the violation in North Carolina. It's on. So we had 15 guys, all straight from the penitentiary. All of them looked like they were from the penitentiary because everybody was big. And intimidation got him up there real quick in the music industry. Everybody was afraid of Suge Knight because all Suge had to do is look at you, nod his head, and somebody just got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. So look, were you around? I always heard a story that Suge saved Bobby Brown. Is this true?
I know they had an altercation. I didn't know about the fight. I think they got into it at the Budweiser Superfest, and in 1988 when Bobby Brown was getting into it with his own members.
Okay.
You know, from his band. So
Okay.
I think Suge got into it with him before. So did I see the fight? No, I ain't never seen it take off on it.
So look, you know, you growing up in Compton, you doing your thing, and I'm just putting like time frames together in my head. Like, what was Eazy-E's overall influence in Compton? And I'm asking this from like multiple levels, and I'm gonna just drop something on you real quick, and I'm gonna let you answer. Where we from, our area is divided up into 7 cities. So a lot of people, they might not rock with somebody else just because they from that city. And when I listen to y'all brothers talk about, you know, being from these different neighborhoods, being from these different gangs, Eazy supposedly being a Kelly Park Crip, you know, is a Mob Piru member gonna be, you know, listening to E and looking up to E? Or is it, man, he getting his over there, but we over here still trying to get ours? Like, what was his overall influence on Compton?
Not at all. No, you get your ass whooped over there getting down like that. If you're looking at it from a money aspect, you know, sometimes the homie, whomever that cat is, he'll get a pass because, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as Easy, Dre, and all them other cats, man, those cats, they was like CB4 type of motherfuckers. They wasn't gangbangers. They made millions of dollars off, you know, portraying to be, you know, from here, from there.
Yeah.
Man, they wasn't. The Easy was the closest thing to being in the hood than the rest of those cats. But Easy didn't fuck with those guys like that. Easy wasn't getting down like that. And oh man, them sucker paw.
I'm with you. So look, y'all.
Yeah, they wasn't. Go ahead.
Y'all doing y'all thing, man. Like in the bodyguard game, and y'all started Fern Hill Records, and at this time you said DOC was around, right?
Yeah.
All right. So at what point does it go from Fern Hill to Future Shop?
I don't know nothing about Future Shop. It was Fern Hill Records, and then it went to Death Row.
Okay. All right. So that's
some other shit.
There's been like, and I'm just asking, man, bro, because like I said, we grew up on this, man. So I got somebody right here that's seen it, so I'm gonna ask you. So like, it's been said that like Harry-O was the initial investor in Death Row Records, but then Reggie came out and said that it wasn't Harry-O, that it was a different person, Pat Johnson.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know you said it went from Fern Hill to Death Row, but then we also got Future Shot, then we got Godfather.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
but
you
I'm gonna
good.
keep it 100 with you, man. I'm gonna keep it like 100. Harry-O had hitters on his team from where he stood from the penitentiary, and Suge had to deal with these cats every month on trying to get this paper back to his rightful owner, if you understand what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, rest in peace, Bonnie Hunter Rat was my nigga, penitentiary ass nigga, and you know, some motherfuckers can't stand that time, and he knew what he was dealing with. So if Harry-O wasn't involved, then these cats would never exist. So, but they existed, and I'm gonna keep that 100 with you. So, whoever this other guy is that Reggie put out, I don't know him, never heard of him.
Indeed.
But my days with Suge Knight, he had to deal with Harry-O.
Indeed. So, Mario Chocolate Johnson allegedly wrote Ice Ice Baby. He comes to Suge to get paid. Suge's getting a reputation for standing up, you know, for artists and what they deserve. Then we hear about this infamous incident where he finds him at the Palm Gardens and presses him in his hotel room. Did Suge really talk to me? What happened, man?
Well, Chocolate was part of Fernhill Records, and Suge thing was, busting them motherfuckers. So wherever the idea came from, Suge went to Vanilla Ice and made Ice sign that paper. Made him sign that paper where Chocolate got paid and Suge got his money because Suge said he'd put his name on it. And that's where that came from. I was there with Suge at that time. And I know goddamn well that well, I can't really say I know goddamn well Chocolate didn't like the motherfucker, but everybody's show was laughing when they got that goddamn check from Vanilla scary ass.
So did he hang him off a balcony for real? That's just folk tale.
No, when he said that, I didn't hear none of it. I mean, I didn't see none of that shit. And no, man, I didn't see that part. So, it didn't take much for a lot of these goddamn cats in this rap game to fold. You know what I'm saying? To be on this motherfucking microphone talking about what type of shit they're holding their Glocks and all that shit. There's a whole lot of cats out here that ain't right. And they just betraying, what they see. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And just like Ice and all of these other cats, they fold like cookies, man, like a blanket. And Suge took advantage of that, man. Suge took advantage of it. He's seen a cat's weakness up to him. And, he took advantage of that shit. And it worked, just like DLC. He came in and put every little dime he had in, trying to be a part of Death Row. And I just don't like that dude.
DOC?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's you got.
We was at
why you don't like?
We was at the Soul Train, and you got like 10 Pirus and duck suits, penguin suits, and in a limo, and this motherfucker drunk. He hops in the limo car and take off with us, and just shaking us around in the back of that motherfucker. And when we pulled back up, my homies ready to do him. No, I got it. So when the motherfucker got out of the car, and I'm like, nigga, is you crazy? He started laughing. And I tried to break his motherfucking jaw. Mm-hmm. So I fired on his ass, and he went down, and they went and got Suge. And Suge come talking that, who hit DLC? Nigga, I did it. I hit his bitch ass. And nigga found out what happened. And then he told the nigga, yeah, you deserve that shit. Why you do some shit like that? But I just can't stand that cat, his voice, none of that shit.
That's fucked up.
No, I'm keeping it 100 with you. Some of those guys you just can't deal with because, they bullshit just seeps out of them dudes, and it just wasn't cool. And, they thought because they had money that you're not going to fuck with them. All right?
Okay.
And, they had Suge Roll fucked up. Mm-hmm. They thought motherfuckers was up under Suge. No, Suge is up under us, you idiots. We got this. Suge didn't have to do shit.
So, go ahead.
Being a bodyguard, because I do club bodyguard.
You've been waiting to tell him this all day, dog.
I do the same thing you do, just on a different scale. You know what I'm saying? I do security clubs and everything, but I totally understand when you got an artist that got money in his pocket and he want to treat everybody like an asshole, talk to people any kind of way. And I'm like, first of all, I'm a grown ass man. You're not just gonna do me any kind of way. I don't care how much money you got. You put your drawers on just like I put my drawers on. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna deal with you one-on-one if I got an issue with you, regardless of what your status is or anything, because it's just about respect.
That's right.
Yeah. How often did you have to deal, with that type of foolery with guys, artists that you was maybe protecting or being around with Suge, and you running up on various people? Like, how often did you have to check people at the gate?
Well, I'm in so I didn't care if we was at the club or if we was at a concert. Mainly at the concerts when people try to grab on you and go on and
your phone breaking up, bro. Hey, bro, your phone breaking.
Oh, this my area, man. Let me hurry up and get out the way.
All right, so
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay, so it could be anywhere, but basically, when you at a concert and you got people reaching for you and all this other shit and trying to grab that artist, you got to move them out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Some people get belligerent and be like, "Fuck that! I want to throw some water, cup of soda on you or something," and that's when you get that ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we did it. But from Suge now, everything intensified. Everything just went high. The level of motherfuckers getting their ass whooped was just incredible, man. It was every night motherfuckers was getting the fuck beat down. Suge got to the point where, okay, I'm untouchable. These motherfuckers is knocking motherfuckers out, and everybody is hearing about it. Now you got all these big executives. They trying to blackball shit because they don't know how to deal with it. And he getting at them because he hear they part of this and part of that. So, I mean, Suge knew what he was doing. But then, and from my point of view, he didn't know what he was doing because he didn't know how to jangle, these gangsters and his business at the same time. He became a homeboy opposed to the boss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just, he like one of the homies just got a company and we playing with it. You spending money like it ain't shit. And, it just cost him. It cost him. Start doing that blow, start drinking. Every artist I've seen, and I've seen a lot of them, out there talking about say no to drugs and shit, Arsenio Hall. they doing this goddamn shit. They doing this white shit in their nose and they drinking really. And at the end of the day, they loses everything.
Yeah.
They lose their purpose. And they just like us, man. You're still human. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. And they just start making mistakes. And that's what Suge did. Suge started making too many mistakes, So
we hear various Death Row goons going over the Ruthless Records office and pressing Eazy-E.
Yeah.
And we also hearing from some Ruthless Records artists that nobody over there got punked. So what's the real on that story?
Well, when we first started Death Row, Suge wanted to get Dre and Mr. Lay away from Eazy. And I was with that. We whatever Suge wanted to do at that time because it was brand new, and this is what we got to do to kick this record company off. So me, Suge, and a couple of little homies, we went up to this motherfucker was just about to hit me, man. I would have shot this motherfucker. we went up to Ruthless, and Jerry Heller was there. Eazy wasn't there, and they had this big ass, weak ass bodyguard up there. I just told the motherfucker to sit down and seen what was in my hand. That motherfucker got the fuck out the way. Shit, go handle your business. Shit, went in the office and handled his business. He came out with Dre and Mr. Lay shit out of Jerry's office. He didn't Eazy, and that was crazy because Eazy didn't have his paperwork there. All his shit was at his house in his office.
Mm.
So then they had a separate meeting after that and talked about giving up his contracts so Dre and Mr. Lay can go and do their thing. But Dr. Dre had to pay Eazy for his contract. We took the ones from Jerry.
Mm. So when Keefy D said that the Compton Crips were behind Eazy-E and Suge wouldn't have touched them, that's not true.
And hey, he wouldn't have been there. What was he gonna do? No, man. You know what? Compton Crips was behind Biggie Smalls now. I think that's a false accusation. You know what I'm saying? A false statement you're making, saying some shit like that. If that was the case, how many times you heard Eazy getting jumped on by somebody from Death Row? Compton Crips, those cats wouldn't finna line up You ain't feed none of these dudes out here. These dudes ain't finna go on the front line for you. These dudes ain't giving a fuck. Long as it don't become no hood shit, that ain't our business.
Yeah.
Just like the South Sides in my neighborhood, the Mod. That became some hood shit. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to just music shit where everybody got involved, because now you got another hood in Compton and they Crips talking this shit. Let's go get at them.
Yeah.
And that's how that shit just started popping off. And then we got Tupac. You know, a lot of motherfuckers love Tupac. And we have so many homies, basically all of them, ready to die for this dude. And he only been around about 10, 11 months. From the day Suge got him out of jail to coming to Death Row, about 10, 11 months. And you already got a squad ready to kill for you. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how it went. Because of Southside was involved.
So let's go back a little bit. Y'all get the contracts for DOC and Michelle A. Easy subsequently sues, and we get that Dre Day makes Easy payday. What was Suge's response when that judgment came down that he had, to pay Easy? That was Suge just like, hey, look, it was worth it, or
well worth it, and Suge didn't give a Suge had. Man, I'm telling you, stacks and stacks of cases of lawsuits, of assaults. He didn't give a fuck. He was numb to it. It was a cool thing because that drew the homies closer to him, because he didn't give a fuck about how many cases he got, how many motherfuckers were suing him. It didn't matter. He went over, he did his business as he did it yesterday. And it didn't matter. He had $500 million. He wasn't giving no fuck about that change he gave Easy. He didn't care. So Easy wasn't finna come and holler at him and then do all this other shit. These dudes, and I listen to a lot of cats talk, but they wasn't like that. They wasn't like that. So Easy, he wouldn't cut like that. He wouldn't bread it. He wasn't. No, he wasn't doing it like that.
So David Kenner.
David Kenner.
David Kenner. So tell us about him. When did he come into play?
Hold on. We got to let the listeners know, man, because our listeners might not be knowing who these people are. David Kenner was Death Row's criminal and business lawyer.
Correct.
Some say he's the one that introduced Suge to Harry O. So at what point?
No.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So okay. Talk to him.
Okay, when Suge was doing Thornhill Records, when we was doing this with Thomas Klein, Suge was introduced through Harry O, through somebody we know. And when he hooked up with Harry O is the one that initially had the patent for Death Row.
Okay.
He hooked up with it. Okay. So what Harry O did to protect his interests is send David Kenner to help protect his money and watch it and oversee what the fuck was going on.
Okay.
So did David
Kenner gets buddy with Suge and kind of like flip the script with Harry O. You see what I'm saying? And now Harry O sending cats at the, all right, Suge, you want to play that game? Yeah, I want to get out like that. Let me show you my power. Bam. Knocking at the motherfucking door. Let us in. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker let him in. What's happening? Nigga, I'm whoop whoop whoop. I'm green eyes from whoop whoop whoop. Homie, we got to holler at you. And ain't no nose or laters. Oh, shit. Okay, damn shit. What's going on? What's up, Rack? What's cracking, my nigga? And we got to holler at your boy. Your boy know what we talking about. Oh, do we? All right, let's see what's happening. Shit went from there. They start receiving their money.
So would you say that David Kenner got a little bit too caught up in the Death Row lifestyle? Because for a minute he was looking like the how can he say the word concierge? Whatever, concierge.
Oh no, hell no. He wasn't nothing like that. He had money already.
Okay.
He was already papered. his money grew fucking with Death Row because he took care of a lot of business for Suge and got a lot of cases dropped for Suge, Snoop, and all of these other cats. So he definitely got his paper grew, but he was part of Death Row. He was part of Death Row.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, look at Suge and say how this, how that. All of that is David Kenner, man. All of that was David Kenner.
So, it gets to a point where Harry-O begins hearing that Suge and Kenner are searching for another deal. And from what you telling me about Harry-O was somebody to be respected. Now, if you're going to cross somebody that's, to be respected, that must mean that you got somebody behind you of equal power.
Well, first is a test.
Okay.
I'm gonna test you because you're doing life in the motherfucking in the federal penitentiary. So you can't physically test me. I know this. You can't. So I'm gonna test him and see what he got. He tested him. He saw what came with that. Suge, depending on what he has now, he has an army.
Mm-hmm.
He has guys that ready to defend and fight for him because they're getting a paycheck now. They never had a paycheck before. So they're going to make sure they keep cats like this off his ass. But what he failed to realize is the majority of the homies that had alliance with Suge also had alliance with the cats that he was sending up there because they broke bread in the penitentiary. They fought side by side in that blood car, outnumbered every time. So my loyalty is to this cat because I might have to go back to the penitentiary with this motherfucker one day.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we kept it cordial. Where you can holler at him, but it wasn't finna be no you putting your hands on him and this and that. And then it didn't have to go to that because Suge already know what his business was with that young man, with those cats. So I mean, that didn't have nothing to do with us, really. That was personal business. And everybody understood that. But, Suge had his hands full, man. He had his hands full. And a lot of people get me wrong and say I come off as, I hate that dude. No, man, I had nothing but love for Suge once upon a time. I don't hate him at all, but our relationship is totally different than what it was since 1988 to now. And I just don't care to just be a part of that dude in no kind of way.
Yeah. It be like that sometime, man. I'm going through that right now with some folk that I came up with and got down with, and we just outgrow each other. You feel me? So there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, see, money make you do it. And if these guys respect the homie and they got love for you and it's unconditional, you'll never have that problem as far as money because we can get that shit together.
Yeah.
But like Suge sometimes, he was just greedy. He wanted it for himself. And, paying the people that's helping you get to where you was at, them to. And he just wasn't. He was giving, motherfuckers what he wanted to give them, and, that created a problem. And, because cats felt like they had to go back to the street because this ain't paying my bills.
Yeah.
And when you feel like that, hey, you bark at me, I'm gonna bark back at your ass. But I'm gonna bark loud. And that's when Death Row started falling apart.
So the making of the Chronic album. So as Dre was crafting the album that would later go on to be a classic, what was the atmosphere like at Can I Am creating it?
Say that again.
When Dre was creating the Chronic album, what was the atmosphere like at Can I Am creating it?
Can Am
creating it.
Can Am. Oh man, it was. Had a lot of guys, man, and just take this for example. You got a lot of cats that just got out of penitentiary. Ain't seen too many. I don't want to be all foul and shit. Ain't been around too many women. This and that. Some of them ain't never had a kid, and some of them probably only had sex probably 2 or 3 times. This is just how much time they did in the penitentiary. Now you got nothing but females, and it's all in the air. It's the drinking, the getting high, just everything. This is something new for everybody, and these cats is like loving this shit. And it was, motherfuckers making music, but they partying at the same time. It was something totally different for the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You never seen that side of life.
Yeah. So
it was. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, bro.
So it was a brand new but a lovely thing for a lot of us, and it made you feel like you was a part of something, other than just really out there doing the gangbang thing, robbing people and all this other shit, where I can sit on my ass and wait to fight, and do whatever I do, and get a check for it. So I mean, man, shit, that's the best job I ever have.
Mm. So when they complete the Chronic, and initially nobody would pick up the album, correct?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they had to shop the album, several sources, and nobody would pick it up. And
I think at that time, a lot of people was like really scared to deal with Suge, and Priority and Solar was like really scared of Suge, and they didn't know. They were scared of Tupac. They didn't want Tupac. They didn't want it to have nothing to do with his music or nothing, and Suge made that shit work. So that's the first of me hearing that. But I remember him having problems like that because so many people, Dick Gregory. I mean,
Dick Griffey.
Dick Griffey. All of those cats, they seemed like they was cool with him, but those people were scared of Suge Knight, man. Suge Knight was a monster in the music business, and they had a big party when he was gone. They had a big party.
Wow.
They was glad that he was gone. Yeah, they was glad he was gone.
So Suge was coming out of his pocket with the financing for all that, for that whole ordeal. He
made it happen. Suge made it happen. He's a smart dude, man. And that's one thing. And then, he had Wes, his friend, and he made it happen. Suge made a lot of shit happen.
So during the making of the Chronic, there's an incident between Suge and one of Dre's friends over a phone. Suge wound up putting it. You weren't there for that?
I wasn't there.
Okay. All right. So were you there for the release party at Chasing's?
Yep.
All right, talk to me about that, because listeners, if y'all don't know, man, Chasing's is we not welcome there. Our kind not welcome there, especially on Grammy night. And
why is that?
Man, from what I've been told, it's a real white only establishment, especially back in them days during those times.
Suge ain't never had no problem with the all white.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna send you my info, and like I said, man, anything I stand corrected. But you know what I'm saying? That's just what I was told. But you were there at that party. Talk to me about that, man, and Chasing.
Well, all I know is Suge. We did the party. Motherfuckers kicked it. And we had like 3 incidents that night. There were 3 incidents, and that really didn't turn into shit to me. And it was nothing. So I don't know what years you talking about.
Okay, I'm talking 92 when they had the springing, and they sent they sent out all the invitations to the party and invited everybody to come out to the springing of Death Row Records and Dr. Dre, Godfather Entertainment, and that's the party that the FBI wound up confiscating all the tapes. And they tried.
No, I wasn't at that. I wouldn't know. I wasn't at that. Hell no, I wasn't at that. So 92, well, 93 and 94 is when my brother Buntry took over and started doing his squad and all of that shit.
Okay.
And that's when he Neckbone, Heron, Dog was already there, George, and all of those other different cats. So Juju. So when all of those cats was there, I pretty much was doing the hydraulic shop we had just opened, and everything that was in town was all me. Las Vegas, I patrolled 662. All that getting on the plane, not me.
So it was Let Me Ride hydraulic shop, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I noticed that the muscle is all Bloods, but the music was all Crips. You know, why did Suge gravitate to the Crips for the music instead of looking at the Bloods? What was that about?
Well, I mean, Suge had an eye and an ear for talent, and when he heard about Snoopy, he grabbed him up. Dre, he knew already about Dre, because Dre was good, and I don't think it was too many Bloods at that time. DJ Quick was, like from Compton, but it wasn't too many of them. So, I don't think he wanted to make it, I got the homies rapping and I got the homies doing security. And those guys was good. And I think it was a good business deal, the way he was doing it. And everybody respected everybody at some time. Those guys weren't getting out of line. It was just too many Bloods there.
Yeah.
They did what they had to do. They was doing their thing. So, I mean, for whatever reason he chose to go that way, I can't really tell you that.
So you hear all these stories about Can-Am, artists not, feeling comfortable up there, closed door, beat downs. Are those stories true? That artist was up there getting slapped?
Yeah, that's true.
Damn.
That's true. And that's one thing why I think one of Dre's biggest reasons why he wanted to leave, because he saw it coming. He seen, and some of the shit, Dre didn't like. Dre just wanted to go, and he knew the shit was finna get and go where it went. And, I didn't like it, but a lot of motherfuckers was getting tapped on for nothing, sitting in the wrong seat, standing by the telephone, all just different shit, just, asking the wrong motherfucking question, saying the wrong word. I mean, it was, who want to work in that type of environment?
Yeah.
And Death Row just became bullies. And I think, Suge had to prove to everybody around him that's in his circle that he was the gorilla. You know what I'm saying? And some motherfuckers had to pay for that.
At what point did Suge start hiring, Compton PD and, Reggie Wright to come and do security?
Well, he was taking a lot of heat from the homies. And, now the homies getting into it. I think around 94, 95, he brung Reggie and them in. And I didn't like the fact that he brung Reggie. I didn't give a long I knew Reggie. Reggie, I consider him as family. But to bring him in a circle, I think he shouldn't have did it. But he did it from a business point of view. Let me bring in the police, so now I can get the homies off my motherfucking back and talking to me like that, and stop one of these cats from trying to do something to me. So Reggie was basically, and his crew came in. My personal opinion is to bag everybody up from him. Sure. So he didn't have to get with that backlash shit. Nigga, bring your, you know what I'm saying? Niggas getting at him in the wrong kind of way. Him and his interests.
Indeed. So do you think that ever put Reggie in a awkward situation? His background, and then, because you got gang members and then you got law enforcement in the same. At some point in time, somebody got to overlook something.
Well, he took heat from his police department, and he took heat from his pops, Big Red. But then he has to look at it from my point of view too, because when I said that he shouldn't be there, I'm only saying it because you done arrested the homies on drug cases. You done took the homies to jail before that's working here.
Mm-hmm.
So that made them uncomfortable. So as time went by, motherfuckers start talking and this and that and looking at it from different aspects and shit. You know, he kind of like said, fuck it, we all here. We got to do what we got to do. I ain't walking away from this paycheck. And motherfuckers stayed there. Not everybody had an option to leave once Reggie came. But they stayed, they chose to stay. So they stayed.
So look, in August of '93, Snoop Dogg is accused of killing Philip Walter Merriam, a gang-related shooting. It was Snoop and a dude named McKinley Lee. They charged with murder, voluntary manslaughter, conspiracy to commit assault, etc. after the murder fact. With the popularity of Snoop at the time in Death Row, what was the feeling of the label, you know, when this news hits?
Well, when they charged him with murder, everybody thought, wow, that's fucked up. Who gonna fill the shoes? Who gonna do this? You had Pac, and Pac was feeling like, you know, we got this, and everybody knew that he wasn't going to go to jail because of the bullshit evidence they had or whatever. So then nobody really tripped, but his homeboys, you know, was feeling a certain kind of way. So Suge got at me and asked me would I go and sit at the court while Snoop on the court and keep all his homies away. So I agreed to that. Got my 9 homeboys that I know that ain't gonna tap out. And we sat there every day doing this trial and made sure those cats didn't come up there on no bullshit. But, you know, everybody was cool. You know, thinking that brother's gonna go or dog ain't gonna go. And, you know, it's pretty much really sure that everything was all right.
Phone breaking up, bro.
Snoop took it harder than everybody else, and he knew he wasn't going to jail. So, and I don't know, man. I just think that it was a good situation if he'd have won. It definitely didn't chill his pocket.
Your phone's still breaking up, bro.
Yeah, it's still breaking up. Dog, we got Mob James in the building.
Yeah.
Dog, you getting this history.
Sitting
That's
back.
how you know.
Just trying to keep it 100.
Yeah.
You know, that was definitely, if somebody asked me if we could do it again, I'd say hell no.
You said somebody asked you to do it again, you tell them hell no.
Hell no. I tell them hell no in a heartbeat. You know, we lost too many homies. I lost my brother, one of them.
Hey, bro. Hey, James, bro. That phone, like, I don't know if you in a bad area or it's the headset or whatever, but it's like we can't even make out what you're saying, bro.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me try to move.
All right.
You hear me clear?
Now you clear.
Okay. I was basically saying, you know, I wouldn't do it over for nothing. You know, we lost too many homies. You know, I lost my brother in the process. He was one of those. And, you know, I carry that every day, introducing my brother to Suge and to Death Row. It's crazy. You know, it's been 17 years since my brother passed. But I don't only just forget my brother. You know, Hen Dog, he lived in the same house with us. All of these guys that you know, broke bread at our house.
Mm.
Our house was the headquarters. You know, all the homies every morning. And it's like I just took a big chunk out of the hood with this, you know, bringing them to Suge. And it's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. You know, I tell people to look at it like this. not only those guys lost their lives, but you look at each and every one of those guys had a mother, brothers, sisters, kids, and everything else. And all those people is feeling the same way I feel. But if I wouldn't have run those guys, these guys would still be functioning. You know, sitting back kicking like me with my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if I could and bring them back, I would do it, man. I would do it because, you know, I really lived the whole time just believing that, you know, I fucked that up. I've done those guys. And it was death. I fucked up. I fucked up. And back is to, you know, get up my ass and speak on it and let people know what's really going on, what Death Row really was, and how they felt about, you know, just losing all these guys. And, you know, just try to get back, man. Just try to get back, whatever it is. If I can reach out to, you know, people say one, I want to reach out to like 10, 15 that listen to my story and say, I don't want to fucking be no gangbanger. I don't want to be like that dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like Mob James. So if I can get that, and I'm just so solid, I'm good, and that's where I'm at.
Okay. So it's 1995 at the Source Awards. Suge gets on stage and delivers that now famous speech. Any artists out there that want to be an artist, stay a star, and don't want to worry about executive producers being all in the videos, all on the records, dancing, come to Death Row. Oh, yeah. What's going through your head as you heard Suge saying that?
I swear to God, I'm sitting there watching it with my moms. I told my moms, I said, Bunchy ain't coming home. Coming home. Man, if them motherfuckers would have came to California and did or said some shit like that, them dudes wouldn't have came home, man. And I said, Mama, they ain't coming home. She said, boy, why? What? I said, did you just hear what Suge said? That was the stupidest shit to say. He ain't cut like that. So he'll say some stupid shit like that. Not thinking about every fucking dude you got right here. Every dude you got here, you're responsible for them getting there and coming home.
Yep.
So he don't see shit like that because he's thinking about himself. And when he got up there and did that, he only did it because he thought that, okay, my niggas is here. They got me. I got police officers here. They got me. Ain't nothing gonna happen. But man, that dude when he came home, none of them cats,
so
they wouldn't have made it home.
So Puffy later came out and said that Suge approached him at a nightclub and said he actually talked about the Jermaine Dupri. Is that true?
Well, Jermaine Dupri also said he a motherfucking lie, and he ain't say that. So I mean, that tell you. That tell you, you know, and Jermaine Dupri actually spoke on. That's when Big Jake was killed. They had a confrontation. Then Big Jake got killed.
That's what I was going to ask you, man. That was in September of '95, and he was killed by Anthony Wolf Jones. And
well, they said Wolf did it, and then after that, what about a year or so later, Wolf got killed.
Yeah,
or whatever. Let me get that business going. Let's follow you up.
You
breaking up, dog.
It's a motherfucking.
Every time you get ready to drop that, that fire,
the phone starts.
Maybe that motherfucker telling me stop it. Hey, but for real, this is how the music business is. You got some goons in the music business. These goons is spending their money. You know what I'm saying? And paying for shit that they can't do their goddamn self. Paying for shit that they can't do themselves. And a lot of motherfuckers is coming up missing just because a motherfucker can't stand up on his own 2 feet like me and be a man about his shit. If a nigga call you a bitch, you a motherfucking man. Stand up and tell him he's a bitch. But no, they don't do shit like that. And nigga, I got woo, get this nigga out there in the parking lot. And you got hungry ass cats hanging with you. They're gonna do this just for that little money. So the music business is so fucked up, and with this gangster rap shit, half of these cats are sitting there pretending to be this when the ones you know that's real with it, them the ones that's sitting back in the cut ain't got shit to say. Ain't tripping. You know, motherfuckers don't even fuck with the ones they know that's real. So, you know, people do their homework. But the other motherfuckers, they sit back, they got this money, now they can play with this money and be what they've seen on TV, Scarface and all this other bullshit. That's sure. All of these guys, all these motherfuckers sitting here, man, we had a fight with the motherfucking Rams football team behind Suge.
Yeah.
And, you know, we wasn't going to let these motherfuckers, these big old motherfuckers jumping, but we ain't no little cats either. So, you know, when Suge came in the motherfucking club and got us out the club, and we all on the dance floor the whole nine, so he come get out there. You know, one of these motherfuckers scratched his Benz. And, man, we pulled up the Cadillacs, my niggas. Why you didn't whoop this nigga ass for scratching your shit? This was a conversation afterwards, but during the time, our whole thing is, we ain't to grill you in front of these motherfuckers. Let's handle business, and then we do this shit later. So, dude said, why the fuck you didn't come at me, and you a bitch, and you a woo-woo? My first reaction is taking off on him. Now who's the bitch? It didn't happen like that. We had to take off on these motherfuckers. We beat the shit out these fools. The whole goddamn club come outside watching us whoop they motherfucking ass, right? And after we whooped their ass, one of Suge's cousins was still beating the shit out of one of them up under the car, just kicking him all up under the car. And the police came. And when the police, you know, got him because they pulled right up on him, had these lights on him, and he kicking the fuck out this dude. Big motherfucker. And all they said was, God damn, y'all whoop these big motherfuckers' ass? It was some big motherfuckers. But this is just to go to say, you know, just because you got money, sure, at some point you're going to have to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know, and none of these cats in the industry does that. You know, that's why they got these big entourages and all this other bullshit. And it's just crazy. Motherfuckers just need to start calling those cats out and putting them on front. And they shouldn't be in the music industry because that's who's fucking it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These niggas act like little girls, acting like females, and they want to talk about this one and talk about that one. That shit ain't no good. I watched Snoop Dogg cry when they said not guilty. I was like, what the fuck is he crying for? You already know you wasn't finna go to jail.
Yeah, he ain't the one that shot
looking
him.
good the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, when they had their closing, the district attorney said his closing. They got to David Kenner, and they asked told David Kenner, your time to close or whatever. He said, nothing to say, Your Honor, and shut the fuck back down. He didn't even close with nothing. Didn't say shit. And came back not guilty.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they already know the game.
So, Tupac is locked away in Clinton Correctional Facility at the time all this is going on. Interscope basically turned their back on him while he's locked up. When do y'all start hearing?
They was scared of him.
Okay. When do you start, you know, hearing that Death Row might be interested, you know, in signing Pac?
Well, Suge was on that for a while, and Suge got reached out to him a few times. I think before he even went and caught that little rape shit, was hollering at him, but Tupac didn't want to fuck with. That's when he was out in New York doing his thing. And Suge reached out to him a few times, but when he got caught up, didn't have no money, couldn't get out of that situation, his chick at the time started calling Suge for him.
Mm-hmm.
And Suge then just said, fuck it, went out there, had to sit down and talk to him, and he said, let me look the shit over or whatever. Suge then went back out there. The next time he went back out there, he went and got it.
Mm-hmm.
So he was good to go after that. He was hyper. He was doing his thing. I mean, you know, that motherfucker would go in the studio and do maybe 12, 13 songs, 10 songs. He was a bad motherfucker. And, you know, everything came to him.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if it was pussy, his weed, the jury, money, whatever he wanted came right there. And he conducted his business. But then, you know, he just got caught up in, you know, want to be this thug.
Yeah.
I mean, hanging out with these type of cats right here. And I think it was just a high for him. I mean, here you got a guy that's so fucking talented, and you know he's gonna make a lot of motherfucking money. Now you got that side of him. Now you see a different side of Tupac, because Tupac started, you know, smoking weed and drinking with the homies. You know, Suge should have divided that shit. He shouldn't have had him doing that. It's one thing to bodyguard him and watch it, but to just sit there and drink all day and get high and shit.
Yeah.
No, we forming a friendship. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So he didn't mix his money. You know, he mixed business with the homies and all of that, and it fucked him up. And you know, when the shit came with, you know, Orlando and Trey, you know, at the mall, you know, everybody pumped up now. So, you know, you got motherfuckers getting killed behind this death row chain. You got motherfuckers getting their ass beat, shot at on a daily. You got motherfuckers coming back at us. So, you know, Tupac was hyped up. He was hyped up.
So,
and I think he should have just stayed to the side.
how do you feel about him claiming the mob?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. You know, number one, man, you know, when you do this and you put your life is on the line. Every day you come and stand on the corner. And I've been to jail for this. I've been shot 4 times for this. I've done all of that. I'll be down if it doesn't go to Tupac.
Phone back breaking up, bro. Phone back breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit better.
Okay. So you're not gonna come and say you want to be from the hood, and you ain't put in that time.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why I say Tupac ain't from the hood, because you have not put in that time. Okay, you hung at that bro with the homies and all of that shit, but you ain't broke no bread on this block. And I ain't talking about coming over here spending your money. I'm talking about getting in this car on this passenger side and pop motherfuckers. Let's get out the squad meet and let's whoop these niggas' ass. They know they ain't supposed to be here.
Yeah.
That type of shit. So no, I didn't. And it had nothing to do with hating him or that other shit. I disliked a lot of shit that became of him. That became of him that I didn't see when I first met him. And the night that he took off on Orlando, my whole thing to Buncher and everybody that was standing there that let him walk over there to that man and take off, they all accountable for that shit. Because we the motherfucking Pirus right here. This dude is our money. You don't let your money go get in the altercation. You don't handle that shit.
Mm-hmm.
All you niggas should have just went over there and did what you did. Tupac, sit your ass down. We got this. This some Compton shit. You know what I'm saying? This some Compton shit. This ain't no Tupac fight. This ain't no nigga saying fuck Tupac. Feel me? This a nigga saying fuck Trayvon, fuck the mob, fuck Death Row, woo woo. Okay, we finna give you your ass, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna be walking when we leave this motherfucker. And that's what it should have been. So the guys that Reggie Wright had, the real police that was there, all the Bobcats should are responsible for Tupac getting killed, because they should have had a handle on their artists.
So
they should have had a handle on them, and they did.
So a lot has been said about Suge and Tupac's friendship. You know, how close were they?
Well, I truly believe and I'm gonna say this, man, and I just gotta keep it 100. When Suge fuck with you, Suge fuck with you. If you walking with him side by side, Suge fucking with you at that time. Suge know how to break away from you. Suge fuck with Tupac like every day, every night. You shit, I'm gonna go shit in the other toilet. That type of shit. Them dudes was everywhere, seen everywhere together and back. So I think he had passionate love for the brother. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't have control that he should have had because, you know, some things you just gotta divide. Like when I was on the motorcycle set, I had to balance my motorcycle set with my family life. You know, when I leave out my house, I'm a motherfucking biker now. You know what I'm saying? So I got the pistols on the hip on my Harley. I'm rolling. When I come in the house, I park, get off my bike, put my pistols in my saddlebag, and I take my motherfucking bike in my garage. Now I'm doing my family thing. I don't think about the bike set. And this is where Suge should have did it. He should have separated his friendship with business. And they didn't do that. And then Tupac, so comfortable with being around these guys and felt comfortable, he didn't think nothing was going to happen. My head up.
Phone breaking up.
Oh, and I know you straight down.
Hold on.
Phone still breaking up.
Dog.
Oh shit, man.
Where you at, man?
I'm I got my show at 5:30, so I pulled up in the parking lot to do my podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sitting here. So can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Now?
How much more time we got with you? What, 15?
I'll be in at 5:30.
All right. So look,
man. I mean, man, I don't mind chopping it up about this, and when I do speak, I just hope people understand what the fuck I'm saying. I ain't coming off like a whole bad guy. I'm not coming off like a hater. I'm just being 100 with the situations I've been in with that bro.
yeah.
And I welcome anybody to come sit next to me and call me a motherfucking lie. Tell me fuck me and whatever. I welcome that. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. But everything I say, I try to be on point with it. If I made a mistake, I made a motherfucking mistake, and I can say, okay, my bag on that. But other than that, my shit is 100, and I only speak really from my perspective of being with that bro and the shit that went on.
Yeah.
So I'm good with it.
So look, man, this is what we gonna do, bro. We gonna be respectful of your time, and at the same time, we gonna ask you for a favor. Cause we still had a lot more to go.
Yeah.
So would you be down for we could connect on another date and we could do part 2 and you know what I'm saying, keep it going?
Oh, anytime. We can do a part 3, part 4. Long as the people, your listeners loving that, I got you.
For sure. Okay. All right, for sure. Cause bro, we we got
learning a lot, man.
Learning a lot. Hey, look, man, I'm not even gonna put no fancy ending on this, bro. Cause what we doing is we wanted to break this one down and put it out there. So now that what I'm saying, we got another part 2, part 3 coming. I mean, that's even more beautiful. Mm-hmm. So it all just work out. So man, thank you, dog. You know
Definitely
what I'm saying? We about to tune in.
Hey, so wait a minute. First, I leave for Australia Monday, so I come back on the 11th. Anytime after the 11th, I'm good.
August 11th?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What you say?
Anytime after that, I'm good. But I leave Monday, and I come back on the 11th.
Did you say Australia?
Yeah.
What the hell you doing?
What are you doing out there?
Well, I got I'm doing this thing with Greg Caden.
Okay.
Newman, Nick Noonan.
Yeah.
And it's about Biggie and Tupac.
Okay.
I only speak on my perspective of what I seen and where I was at in Death Row, and the things I didn't like. And I got 5 shows out there with them, and
yeah, get that money.
Yeah, I do it. So it was a privilege for me. For number one, I ain't never been to motherfucking Australia. Nigga, Compton, and when he asked me that, and he said you'll be a very big factor in this show, I was like, overwhelmed with it. And then hell yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'll be in Australia. The first show is on the 24th. It's gonna be on and cracking. So anytime I come back, man, you just call me, let me know what you want to do, and I got you.
For sure, man. Thank you, dog. Hey, look, be safe out there, man. They got them crazy spiders and them bugs, dog.
Kangaroos.
Oh yeah, I know. They
all sorts of stuff.
Hey, look. Hey, man. Hey, look. Last thing I'm gonna ask you, bro. If you could, man, like, holler at Reggie, man. See if he be down to sit down and talk to us too, bro. Like, we really trying to chronicle.
Shit, part 2 might be me and Reggie sitting there.
For sure, man. I'm gonna share this with you before I leave, bro. Like, I'm gonna just speak for myself. I can't speak for my dog B, but I'm just speak for me, bro. Like, when I came up, like, my first memory of hip hop is Death Row. You know what I'm saying? And my first the only real role model that I had, you know what I'm saying, outside my family was one, Malcolm X, and then MTV was popping back. Remember how MTV used to be popping like back in 91, 92?
Yeah.
So I'm hearing this big dude who's on TV saying, "Hey, I come from the same place where you come from. You know what I'm saying? You can make it. You can give back to your community and all that was going on. I seen that power, and that, man, from that moment, you know what I'm saying, Death Row and Suge, you know what I'm saying, that kind of guided me. But at the same time, I got my own mind. So at the same time, when I look at Suge, I see that he did get absolute power. You can't deny that. Mm-hmm. But absolute power absolutely corrupts. So it's one.
But see, what you got to understand, my brother, with power come motherfucking responsibility.
Yeah.
It comes with respect. You could be the most powerful man in the world. If you ain't respecting the things or the people that's fucking with you, somebody gonna turn on you. Shit ain't gonna last. Shit don't last forever. So, just like what you doing now, the way you came off at me is like 100, and I respect that. I mean, okay, this dude talking cool, you seem like a cool dude, and I ain't never seen you a day in my life, but just listen to you talk and the way you pitch yourself, yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. A lot of brothers don't embrace like that,
mm-hmm.
and that's one of our problems. And it took me to get, I think, about 47 years old to really feel the way I feel now, because I didn't give a fuck about nobody, their cousins, sisters, my family. And at my age now, my sisters now, grown-ass women, and aunties is telling me they're proud of me. So to have the power, you can't abuse it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, there's only one way to treat it. You got to nourish that shit. And one thing about me, man, I have never in my life, I was one of the big homies in the hood. I was like that cat with the business. I was that cat if something happened. If a Crip nigga came and spit in your hood and said, "Nigga, I'll spit in your hood," I'm gonna come look for you for spitting in my shit. We was getting down like that. So I got a reputation for just reacting to everything and not picking my fight, not choosing what fight I wanted to fight, but involving myself in all of it, through every aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? So, Suge took his shit to a total different level, and it cost him because he had too much power. He had too much power, and he didn't know how to absorb. He didn't know how to absorb it and treat it with respect. That's just like getting a plant, man, and don't water the motherfucker. It's gonna die. Now look at it.
I got a drag.
At the end of the day. So that's what it is, my brother.
Hey, dog. Thank you, bro.
Definitely appreciate
all
it,
the
bro.
time,
man.
All the time. 100.
All right, for sure, dog. Be safe out there, man.
All right, man. Y'all be good.
All right, you too.
We stay on the grind till we up. You can catch me with game. We doing our thing. We focused on getting the bucks. Bending corners, the rims got us scuffed.